lifestyle has been treating me pretty well. What is happening to Asmongold is not okay. Who is that strange man? This man right here, his name is Asmongold, dude. Asmongold derangement syndrome. Anyways, this is a Rev says Desu video. I gotta work my way into the chud category, so let's watch this.
Hey, what's up, guys? Riff here. So it appears we're looking at another very serious case of ADS, or better known as Asmongold derangement syndrome, where a very intelligent Hassan orbiter had a great idea to start.
Wait, let me. Every time. Hassan Piker! I love doing that. Ever since I made that, I love doing it.
Start a cancellation campaign, not just aimed at Asmongold, but anybody with the thinnest connection to any organization he is a part of.
Yeah.
Those people are now being targeted and even labeled as alt-right extremists by default unless they leave the related organizations. We are now doing guilt by association in this case that is now led
again. Dude, it's 2026. Who still does that? Actually, I shouldn't say that. They just did that to Emiru. Yeah, wait, that's still going on. Never mind. I take it back. Do over.
to many innocent content creators being harassed.
Right.
Now, who's behind this sort of campaign? Well, it is the Hassan orbiter, kaceytron.
How does she even have any kind of motion to do that, bro? There is not a single person in 2026 who cares what kaceytron has to say. I'm calling it now, bro. Kaceytron, man, don't nobody give a you know what I'm saying? Why is streaming culture like that? I don't know. I legitimately don't know. People just want to have... It's a weird thing, and I'm surprised she's still around. Me too. I heard McDonald's is hiring. Oh, actually, no. McDonald's might not be hiring right now because they just took in all the High Guard members. So she might actually have to check Wendy's because McDonald's is full right now. That whole studio that made High Guard, I think they're full right now. Try Burger King. I heard the CEO is kind of charismatic.
kaceytron is someone who's quite infamous for having basically an L factory when it comes to takes and a lot of really bad decisions, especially when it comes to Asmongold. Asmongold was someone she was cool with at one point, but things changed, and if you keyword search Asmongold on her channel, you can see that she has a very serious case of ADS. I mean, this is just ridiculous. This is just from the last couple of years, ladies and gentlemen. You get the point, right? And you would think this crybaby who has made a name of being a victim of every circumstance she forces herself into, and also someone who has settled with Ethan Klein over the copyright infringement lawsuits,
yeah, dude, that
would
was
have
funny.
something better to do with her time. You know, you thought she was humiliated enough having to come out and make a public apology to Ethan and Hila. Basically,
this is why I don't feel sorry for someone like kaceytron, and no one ever should either, because she's been caught, sued, served, and lost in court, or settled. I think settling is not the same as losing, but she settled in court, and she's still doing this, bro. Like, you have to write a paycheck every month to Ethan Klein, and you're like, yes, let me go out there again. Surely this time I'm gonna, and I don't know if this is true, but I'm just gonna throw this out there. I think Asmon has more money than Ethan. He can last out a lot more than Ethan can. So, and he can do it without blinking. So if you want to get sued again, I'm just saying you keep it up. She had beef with Ethan, crazy. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, she did. She watched this video that he admitted into, like, what is it? It was like something with copyright something. And because of that, it is copyrighted. So you cannot watch it, or he has the right to, like, sue you if you infringe on his property, right? Typically if a video is uploaded, like Rev uploading this video, typically he has the right to take it down, but people won't normally do it. But Ethan did it because they were being like a market replacement. That's not legal. You can't exactly do that. Ethan has a mansion in Bel Air. I can't forget that. So you're telling me Ethan's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Anyways, right?
Admitting she is dumb and
It's admitting
abused
fault?
copyright.
Okay, cool.
And even went as far as
So
to
she admitted
say
fault.
Hassan basically left her hanging because she thought he was going to swoop in and save her. No, she has more fights to pick. This time, once again, with Asmongold, where she has this post where she's listing a bunch of brands that Asmongold has an association with. And she is sharing the creator list of mythic talent in particular, using this as an opportunity to try and cancel all of the content creators that work under this agency that Asmongold co-founded. Now, she is quoting a tweet that contains a post and video that is trying to prove Asmongold as a flip-flopper when it comes to war with Iran.
Right.
The only problem is his statements in 2024.
She doesn't learn. She really doesn't,
about
bro.
the same
You'd be really surprised.
of related topics, and he will explain this himself. Unlike Hassan or people like that, he is directly addressing this sort of criticism.
Yeah, he already addressed this in a clip.
And providing what I believe is a reasonable explanation for the difference in statements between 2024 and 2026.
I think that the level that we try to play nation building, especially in places like this, like, like Libya, for example, back in the day, what the fuck? Or Iraq. No, absolutely not. Yeah, it's too much, man. Way too much. I am so happy this has happened. I am just dramatically, tremendously happy this has happened. I know that, obviously I've talked about it for a long time, about how big of a problem Iran is and everything. I was a big supporter of us bombing them before, and now we're bombing them again. That's right. And this is just amazing. I think that we play too big of a role in it. Yeah, well, the difference here is right here. I said it. Shit. We're too interventionary. We get too involved into other people's business. Exactly. That's why I don't think we should stay there. It's a waste of our money. The people there probably fucking hate us. That's the difference right there.
Oh.
The people in Iran are begging us to come help them. They're begging us to come help them. They're saying, please save us from this dictatorship that is killing us, massacring us indiscriminately, oppressing us for the better part almost of 50 years. That is a massive fucking difference. And also, they are funding terrorism all around the Middle East.
Now, Hassan and his band of rejects could definitely learn a thing or two from Asmongold here, where he was faced with criticism and he directly confronted it and provided a reasonable explanation instead of either burying his head in the sand or resorting to name calling or blaming it on Israel or whatever Hassan and his
YouTube's actually making me red right now
typically
because
do. And I think this sort of dichotomy here, how people in Iran are largely celebrating what's happening versus a bunch of liberals in the US protesting about what's going on, is just really something that reflects the attitudes.
I wish I was that unemployed. Or do they have too much money? I don't know. Something tells me being able to do that in the middle of the day, that sounds like wealth to me. Or unemployment. It's one of the two. I don't really know, but I got to go to work, so.
Of people on
I can't do
social
stuff
media
like
right
that.
now in the West.
I'm unemployed and I don't do this
because
BS.
Iran, the actually affected region. But anyways, Hassan would weigh in saying the entire MAGA timeline is just this, by the way.
I know Hassan Piker's crashing out about it. Oh, dude.
Tweet, and I guess
Hassan Piker's in
expanding
shambles.
upon that, kaceytron would make her quote saying this in full. Here's a list of all the brands and creators that are partnered with Asmongold's talent agency Mythic Talent. Why they...
Didn't he step down from Mythic already? Like, I'm pretty sure he stepped down from pretty much everything that he worked on. He stepped down as a figurehead. Or maybe he's just, like, working it behind the scenes. I don't really know, because he said that, like, he left this stuff a while ago, right? I could be wrong, though. He might just be working behind the scenes, which, if he is, I mean, Mythic Talent, pretty much like, I don't know, one of the bigger talent agencies.
Want to be represented by someone who cheers for death every day is beyond me. Should probably start asking them, which is very interesting.
You should probably start trying to find a way for you to get into Mythic Talent. Because if you need cash that badly, I would probably try to start to get sponsorships that Mythic Talent can get you. I hear Rosie's coming out in Arc Knight Den. I wouldn't want you to play my kind of games, but I'm just saying Rosie's coming out. You know, Love and Deep Space has constant updates. That could be up your alley. You could probably hit up Mythic Talent. Anyways, let me read this again. Here's the list of all the brands and creators that partner with Asmongold, Talent Agency, Mythic Talent. Why they want to be represented by someone who cheers for those beyond me should probably ask them why. Why should you ask them? What do you think is going to come out of asking people who are working a job what Asmongold does? That's what I want to know. What do you think is going to happen?
Coming from someone who orbits Hassan, who supports terrorist organizations. But anyways, they actually list the creator list from the website. Yeah. So it's literally listing off all the people that basically she's directing action towards. Let's be real. Okay, let's be real what this is. She is trying to single out
I mean, she could direct it. She could direct it all she wants. She don't got that kind of,
Mythic Talent because it's co-owned by Asmongold, and she is trying to single out these content creators and make them do something.
I love Mythic Talent because they have like some silly tweets that they like to make. Like, I remember the funniest one that I liked was they were saying that Silverveil kept gathering the Infinity Stones, and it ends the saga of those tweets with she just lost them at TwitchCon. I thought that was really funny. And then they keep putting these, like, when they replace, I think it's like replacing things at the office, they keep putting it as like a new talent. Like, I think they got a new copy machine and they added that as like a new talent. That's just really funny to me.
Otherwise, they're going to be publicly shamed. Does this sound familiar?
This is also deeply on serious. It's funny. It is.
The fan situation.
I've never seen anything from these guys.
Where you have to say something.
It's because you don't see Mythic Talent. You don't see their work because Mythic Talent isn't a corpo. All they do is just get you brand deals. That's literally all they do. Like they're just kind of the middleman between you and some companies needing sponsorships like games and stuff like that.
Subject and your silence becomes twisted as some sort of a statement. Wow.
I would join just so I can get me some Hoyo collabs.
In the replies, we would see some people pushing back saying, as much as that cockroach disgusts me, sharing a list of people and starting a witch hunt against them isn't something I would do. Or kaceytron says, where did I say witch hunt then? I said, ask them why they're represented by an alt-right extremist. It's a fair question. Now,
oh God, I could hear in her dumbass voice too. Where did I say to witch hunt them? I said ask them why they're represented by an alt-right extremist. It's a fair question. Shut up.
An alt-right extremist.
How about that? I think that's a fair... I have a fair question. How about shut up? How about try to focus on yourself? I think I'm asking fair questions. How about a day job? I think these are fair questions. That's all I'm saying.
To kaceytron, is anyone
I love me some political buzzwords. Hell yeah, dude.
Rights of Mao Zedong. But yeah, she is starting.
What about my dong?
She's sitting here
Rev.
Like...
Hey, wait a minute. Also, kaceytron, I hate her.
She's just asking questions. No, this is a direct call to action. She is putting that list there for a reason. She
legitimately... I thought of this the other day. She legitimately looks like... I could see why she hated on Emaru. She looks like she's the... What do you call it? The Wicked Witch of the West. Mid-melting. She perpetually looks like that.
These people to be harassed. She wants these people to be put in a corner where if they don't say something about this or leave the organization, they are going to be guilty by association with Asmongold, who, by the way, is just a co-owner. In case you don't know what Mythic Talent is just an agency that helps content creators find sponsorships and opportunities like that. Yep. They don't direct what you do. It's not some hands-on organization in that sense.
It's not a corpo.
They're not directing the content. They're not really even approving the content. They're just trying to enhance your sponsorship opportunities and
they're trying to get you some
like that. It's very hands-off. Here's another comment. This person said everyone should be aware of who the people they support are in bed with so they can make informed decisions. Exactly.
Why? Why? That's my question. 3 letters, 1 word means is the most important question. Why? Suge Knight could never. Yeah. This is not death row. You could pretty much do whatever you want, and they don't do anything like that. But like, why do you need to know? You don't need to know anything about the people you watch on Twitch or anything like that. All you need to know is, do you like the content? Do you feel like supporting them? And is the merch drop kind of fire? Maybe. And those are 3 answers. If you like those 3 answers, then just watch them. You don't need to know anything else.
And kaceytron says, right. Like, I don't want to see any of these creators posting anti-war, anti-ICE narratives when they're represented by a alt-right wing extremist. Save your words. Let's see some action. Which, I mean, like,
so
what?
Annoying.
So I guess the words don't matter.
It's just me.
So if they come out and say something that serves the narrative, because by the way, it's not about sharing your opinion, it's about sharing the right opinion in this case. So you have to be anti-ICE, you have to be anti-war. Yeah. Otherwise, you're doing wrong thing, according to Casey.
Whoa. I will say though, I do like ice. I like ice in my water. I should go get more ice. My water's kind of room temp now. I don't really like it. Although I'm at a Chinese time in my life, I should be drinking warm water. I do like cold water. I really, really like cold water. It's so fire to me.
Tron, right? And but she says it's not even enough. You can't even save yourself with words anymore. You have to take action. Which, what do you mean by action if words aren't good enough? That means leave the organization. So with kaceytron,
I miss iced coffee
the
a lot.
guilt by
I never really drank
association
coffee.
is so strong
I've never been a coffee
that you
person.
can't even speak your way out of it. You literally have to leave. That's the only option. So if you don't...
But my question is, who asked you? Right? One, you hate on anyone miles bigger than you because you can't even break 100 viewers. Sure, you're bigger than me, but like, I'm not hating on... I mean, I'm perpetually hating on you. But, you know what I'm saying? Why do you hate on all these creators that you could never make a dent in? That's my question, right? You hated on Emaru. She consistently has 20,000 viewers. You will never be anywhere near that. Your prime is gone. You're coasting at 100 viewers right now. Why do we need to listen to you? That's my question.
Leave Mythic Talent right now. According to kaceytron, you are someone who is aligning with a right-wing extremist.
I'm just surprised we've gotten 10 minutes into this video and she hasn't said incel yet.
Basically just as bad as him. That is a crazy set of guilt by association. And look at some of the people that are being targeted in the replies. You can see this post saying, is this really what Twitch is now? I'll assume they're all Hitler Youth.
Don't you ever talk to Chibi or Cha-Cha Mom like that. You understand me? Unless you're kidding. If you're kidding, then it's fine, but... Dude, leave the VTubers alone. What is your problem?
Racists under there. Referring to several popular VTubers who are very anti-problematic, by the way, but they're being singled out in this case because of kaceytron. kaceytron, you know, defender of women, is now throwing women like this who are apolitical into the mix and leaving them up to harassment
alone.
And slander because she is putting up this proposition that if they don't say something, or in this case, I guess they have to leave. If they don't leave, they are aligned with Asmongold in all of his beliefs.
I'll tell you what. We'll make a deal. They will do what kaceytron says. However, she alone, by herself, no Kickstarter, no nothing, no kind of help or anything, she alone has to take up the monetary burden of what they were making with Mythic Talent. You now have to pay that out of your pocket. You do that, every VTuber will leave. I'll speak for all of them. They will all leave. They will leave Mythic Talent they will never join again, you now have to pay their paychecks. Let's do it. You want to talk action? You take action too. Action is not only one side. You know what I'm saying? Hell, Vince McMahon paid people salaries when he poached them off of other other indie circuits. It's time to step up. If you want to take VTubers away from their agencies, pay their salary. Oh, now it's hard. Oh, wait, now it's unreasonable. Oh, now that you have to do something, now it's unreasonable. Okay.
Absolutely insane. It's like saying if you're on Twitter and have Twitter Blue, for example, you're aligning with the entire view system of Elon Musk. It's so ridiculous, but it continues on. Someone calls out KCO, calling him a bum.
Did you just say KCO? Wait a minute. What?
And
sorry, that
threw
me off.
I think he's someone who should definitely leave the Mythic Talent Agency. KCO has always kept politics out of his content.
Wait, what?
He just wants to spread joy and laughter. It's a stain on him being represented by
KCO,
right?
Rev, I don't think Rev ever watches my videos. I wouldn't put money on it. It's KSO. Rev, please.
Extremist. And I think goes against his own standards. So you're not really recommending anything. You're telling him he has to leave.
Yeah, okay.
Otherwise, he is
I'll put it like this. It's a stain on him being represented by an alt-right extremist, and I think it goes against his standards. If you're hired by a company, like me, if you're working in a warehouse, if what someone believes on the other opposite end of the warehouse, completely different manager doing something else, I don't now have to answer for his crimes. And there's a lot of crime at my warehouse because I work in the hood, but I don't now have to go across the building. Hey, what is your stance on this, and that? I don't have to do that. Right? Everyone has their own section of streaming. That lumping them in just because they're represented by the same talent agency is kind of wild.
Presented by the belief system that kaceytron created in her very diluted head.
How you know I don't
this
mean
is
to
what
get
we're working with
Bobby?
here. Totally not a witch hunt, by the way. Totally not a witch hunt. Do what I say, or I'm going to label you as an extremist. Yeah, totally not a witch hunt. Here's another comment saying, just so people are aware, the creator pages are not full up to date. I know of at least one creator that is ending their partnership with Mythic Talent that is on that list. And kaceytron says, whoever it is, they need to make it clear they want taken off the registry of people represented by an alt-right extremist. Oh my gosh. Glad they left. I suggest others do quickly before their business starts getting affected by Asmongold's dangerous rhetoric.
She's
wow,
so
are we
lame,
really
bro.
bringing up dangerous rhetoric?
She's
you wouldn't
so
want to be
lame.
associated with anyone who has
Oh
dangerous rhetoric, right?
What side am I taking? Depends
Like
on who's
this guy?
asking.
Like Hassan Piker, who literally
Hassan
within the last day
Piker.
or two was instructing his
I'm
audience
coming
on more effective ways to
your
commit
house.
acts of terror, and
In
even
Los
pointing them
Angeles.
in the direction as to where they can purchase
I'm gonna become
drones
obsessed with
to
him.
launch terror attacks, and even giving the price and the locations you can purchase them online, and even claiming it's a very simple process. Do you mean dangerous rhetoric like this? Because you're awfully silent on this one. I think this is a no-brainer.
Oh
I
yeah.
think this is just
Well, yeah, it's because she loves, she loves Hassan and wants nothing better. She wants nothing more than to, make. And you know what? Whatever.
insane behavior
Doesn't
and
matter.
dangerous
Doesn't
rhetoric.
matter.
Like, this is actually dangerous rhetoric. Anything to say about that? Care to comment? Oh, right. Okay. So your association with him clearly means you agree with this sort of thing. All right. Got it.
I think the saddest thing too is she's not even an orbiter that he like. She's an orbiter that he like mentions here and there, very rarely, right? She's not. She's like the little. Like if you were still in school, she's like the little sister you just kind of let follow you around just because your parents told you kind of have to watch her. But you don't take her seriously or listen to what she says. That's kind of kaceytron to these orbiters. No one takes her seriously. They don't even take her seriously. Hassan doesn't take you seriously. You know what I'm saying? But he's not into you. Move on. For real. You don't have a shot. That's so sad, I'm not gonna lie. Dude, the saddest thing is, and here's my question, right? These people are orbiters of Hassan. Hassan averages, like, I think also 20,000 viewers. A lot of viewers. I'm not gonna knock him for that. You're telling me you orbit him this much, and the best you could show for it is 100 viewers? Only 100 of his viewers want to watch you? Really? And we could probably say less than that because a lot of people watch you just to hate on you? Damn. Really? Shit. That's rough, buddy. That's rough.
By kaceytron logic. And I'm glad she brought up this whole thing, right? We're doing guilt by association.
And it's not even like I'm trying to lowbrow her, because it's not like I get more viewers than her, but it's like at a certain point, right? Like how people will watch DSP just to make fun of him. Yeah, I don't know if I want to say she's the female DSP. No, Frogan is the female DSP because she's the one who begs for subs. Kaceytron is like, I don't even know what she is, bro. She's in a league of her own. Someone give her an award for that.
Under the same agency.
She's uniquely pathetic.
What about Night Media? What about Night Media? Now, why do I bring up Night Media? A lot of people don't even know who this is, right?
Yeah,
this
they represent
is a talent
Asmon, right?
management agency. It's basically Mythic Talent, just probably on a bigger scale, right?
It's like Mythic, but for the big boys.
Sponsorships or help facilitate sponsorships with creators, and they're there to try to give additional opportunities. They're not there to direct what you can or can't do with your streams. They're there to give you additional opportunities to enhance what you already have. And guess who's a part of Night Media? Oh, it's Asmongold and Hassan Piker. I can't believe
God, the toxic yaoi just writes itself.
This. Yeah, they're under the same roof. This has been a thing for quite some time. It turns out people with very different belief systems can coexist.
Haters to lovers, Chad. I'm just saying it's a trope for a reason.
Who would have thought? Are we going to say that there's something wrong with Night Media? That they need to say something? They need to set values? They need to part ways with some of their talents, or their talents in this case have to say something about the management's view?
Toxic
crazy. This is such a stupid standard. The attacking of sponsorships and guilt by association is the lamest behavior you will ever see. It is the desperate acts of people like kaceytron who cannot formulate any sort of a real discussion or discourse on anything they pretend to care about. Instead, they go after people with very ridiculous tactics like guilt by association and attacking sponsors as well. Now, of course, kaceytron would add on to original post saying, there are a lot of creators on this list that I love and I think they are great. That's why I think it's important that they speak out against the brand risk Asmongold.
God, you don't care. Why are you acting like you care? What? You're not someone, especially like when you're talking about Chibi Doki and Cha-Cha, you're not someone they have to listen to, bro. Because they actually have found success this decade, and they're doing very well, very well as VTubers. They don't really need your help, right? You were like, whatever.
Is causing them. Wait a second. I thought words didn't matter at this point. I thought it was action. So you want them to speak out against Asmongold, but you don't.
I don't think she knows what she wants, to be honest.
Anti-ICE or anti-war statements, because it doesn't even matter at this point. So it seems like it's pretty clear what you want out of this. It's not some sort of a sense of justice. You just want to go after Asmongold, and you're using all these people as proxy. They're just pawns to you in the way. Essentially, you're weaponizing them. You don't even want them to have the sort of anti-Asmongold political rhetoric that you're hoping to achieve. No, it's about just dunking on Asmongold and causing him harm and causing him to be isolated and have talents pull away from the agency. This is personal. This is not about doing the right thing. This is because kaceytron is obsessed with Asmongold. and she's using this as a vehicle to do that and to achieve some sort of harm.
Dog, she's not into you, bro. Or he's not into you, little bro. Let it go. You know what I'm saying? Hassan's not into you. Asmon's not into you. Hell, Destiny's probably not into you either. Let it go. You have a boyfriend. Why are you obsessing over men? Let it go.
On him. But she continues on saying,
Or she
being
married? I think
represented
she
by
married.
a company whose main figurehead is an alt-right extremist is not good for business.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't even know Asmon has a stake in Mythic Talent. That's how little involvement he has and how little they actually show him. I don't know why she's making it seem like they have his face plastered everywhere. I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't even know he's part of the company. I'm still convinced he's not part of the company anymore. I'm pretty sure he stepped down, but still.
Many of these creators are apolitical in practice, not talking about politics, yet they're associated with a man who's making extremely harmful political takes every day. Being represented by Asmongold, I think, goes against many of their own business practices.
Asmongold doesn't message you
standards.
personally.
Asmongold needs to either step down from Mythic Talent,
I think
or
he
people
did.
need to start leaving for other agencies that don't jeopardize their business image. Interesting. The only one who seems to be doing this is you. Nobody cared at all. This is a talent agency helping people get sponsorships. It's not that deep, okay? The opinions of Asmongold as a co-founder or the opinions of even the talent don't really matter. They're there to provide a service to these content creators. And now you're saying, if you're a part of this, well, you represent everything Asmongold does. Again, guilt by association. And also, you can see there's a demand here. She wants him to step down. It's really it's kind of a two-option prong here for kaceytron. You step down, or your business is going to fail because all these people are going to leave. And she's trying to impress that upon the talents, that this business is falling apart. You better get out now. Yeah, she knows exactly what she's doing. It's manipulative. And again, this isn't about achieving some sort of good or anything like that. She's doing this out of spite of Asmongold. This is all just about her vitriol that she directs towards Asmongold. Nothing else. Don't be fooled. Now, of course, again, thanks for bringing up Night Media by proxy here. Night Media is in an interesting situation because the CEO recently wrote an article about Twitch.
Oh, yeah, I remember
now,
this.
You can find this article, right? You can read through it,
Yeah.
but we're going to go through kind of the TLDR. Right?
Sure.
Bots finding ways to be undetected. Twitch doesn't enforce because more views...
I can't lie to you, chat. I'm going to be 100% honest because that's what I do here. On cold, lonely nights, when I'm looking at my metrics, I'm going to be so 1,000% honest. Botting talks to me like the Green Goblin mask talks to Norman Osborn. I would never do it. Mind you, I would never do it myself. It would be even harder for me because I'm a YouTube streamer, but I would never do it. I'm just saying it does have its temptations. But I can't do it, dude. I would never do it.
Looks better for advertisers. Claims he did his own botting research and found that $180 a week can get you 750 concurrent viewers.
Damn.
No downside to botting if you're in the top 500 streamers. If you're not botting, you're at a disadvantage because everyone else
I'm a male VTuber. I'm already at a disadvantage.
is. So that is the CEO of Night Media.
Yeah.
Who apparently thinks botting is a no-lose situation. Interesting. Now it does...
It's like, it's hard to say that it is, right? Because you have that, what's it called? You have that plausible deniability. Because now you know, because nowadays we know that people who aren't you can pay bots, right? People bot other people's channels all the time, whether it be negative, for a negative reason, for a positive reason. They just want to see their streamer get more views, or they just want to see someone get, they just want to see someone get accused of that, right? So that's the negative side. But, yeah. it's hard to say that there isn't a disadvantage to it. If you get caught, there's definitely a disadvantage, right? But man, at that point, by the time you get caught, you probably already have a fan base. That's all I'm gonna say. So see your surge of popularity, I could accuse you of botting. I don't think so, because I'm on YouTube, so it's kind of harder, right? If my Twitch that I don't even pay attention to, and I try to like circulate everyone towards YouTube, yes, you can accuse me of that. Yeah.
Hassan have to say something about
Don't hold your breath.
This directly?
All my viewers
Does
on
he
YouTube
need to condemn Night Media's CEO? Otherwise, he is someone who's okay with botting, which would be very interesting because, well,
yeah, man, your Twitch.
There's a history
yeah,
here.
Definitely.
Hassan has routinely accused Asmongold of view botting. Well, it seems like the call might be coming from inside the house, Mr. Piker.
I'm not blaming Hassan on this.
Yeah.
The idea that you're going to go around and constantly delegitimize and accuse me of view botting when your channel is getting follower botted, I don't know if your channel is getting view botted or not. I have no idea. I would never accuse somebody of that. His channel doesn't look like it's being view botted. But what I will say is that it's absolutely
it doesn't
being
look like it's getting
follow-botted.
view botted.
It is. It's undeniable
well, yours
that
does.
this is happening. Look at this.
Where yours does, though. Yeah.
One of them's being fair and charitable, and the other one takes it and runs with it to try to be negative in the same light. That's why we hate whatever.
We fucking purge bots regularly. He knew I would come in. Whoa, follower botted.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, we'll look at this here in a minute. And so we got one more.
Damn, look at those follow bots.
Ooh.
He does this every
He's
time.
being follow botted.
He knows he's getting botted.
He is. He's being follow botted. This is undeniable.
Yes. Yes. I have a lot of fucking Nazi freaks that try to hate raid. That's why we have a slow stream and a follow restriction. We purge them every day.
That clip is particularly hilarious because he literally found his way into Asmongold's chat just to cause trouble and then got exposed as being
He was missing his significant other. I respect it, dude. He's gotta catch his man.
View botter. He thought he got away with it. He thought, aha, see, Asmongold has no proof. And then Asmongold pulled up the proof that something is very unnatural. And that's something that Asmongold has never denied for himself. A lot of the big streamers are being botted. And he doesn't even say that, oh, this is Hassan's faults. No, he's saying that there's outside sources botting people like Hassan. And I think that is a very real thing. And it's not something you can directly pin on Hassan unless you have some real evidence. But there is something unnatural. But whenever this is brought up, whenever view count is brought up, Hassan gets distraught. Okay? He is obsessed with numbers. Do not be fooled. That is the most important currency in his entire life. Numbers, view counts. That matters more than anything else. And just back in January, when he saw that his numbers were getting crushed by Asmongold, despite Asmongold dual streaming and splitting up his audience on Kick and Twitch, Hassan says when...
Dude, if he streams on YouTube, it's over. Legitimately, if he adds YouTube to that, it's over, because his YouTube has like 4 million subs, dude. It's over.
Twitch purges bots.
There's no way.
Lost half of his viewership in 2 days, referring to a bot purge back in August. And of course, Asmongold provides the actual facts that verifiably prove Hassan wrong. And then Hassan continues with the cope saying, I like that your info shows your view botting. You admit to it, but was wrong on the percentage of bots purged. Glad you're finally out of the 43% active viewership gutters you're in, though. Your time as a right-wing outrage farmer is coming to a close soon, though. Midterm pivot. It's like he literally, he saw this image and something completely different showed up in his eyes, in his mind. But Asmongold...
Man, they should just kiss already, man. Dude, it's like a slice of... It's like a romantic anime, dude. It's taken like 50 episodes for them to finally hold hands.
Ratio him with a picture of a seal, which I
love
think
the seal.
was just really the best
That seal
response.
is so
But
funny.
Hassan eventually would get a taste of his own medicine recently. In case you don't remember this, he got botted to the point of reaching over 340,000 live viewers. And this was his response to getting botted.
Asmongold chatters. Now Asmongold chatters can fucking cry and be
It's
like,
Ruby,
I guess
but
Hassan is the smarter person, clearly, because he's view-mocking Asmongold. That's how it works, right? That's how it works, right, chatters? You know, the bigger the number, the better the person. The bigger the number,
the fatter the cut.
The
sorry.
more
Apologize. Sorry.
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 Works,
That was inappropriate. Apologize for that.
How strange that I brought up the very obvious, malicious, flagrant botting going on, only to get.
I think I understood
myself.
like 2 of those words.
We'll find out who's doing the botting. We'll find out who's doing the botting when they start chirping about it on Twitter. Like if it's like DGG and Dan Stalkman and all those guys who are like, Hassan is clearly botting, blah 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 blah. Then we'll know who's responsible for it. Why do these people think you have the power to win or lose elections? Because I'm at 300K right now. So.
Oh, but of course, when Asmongold is being accused of botting and provides evidence to disprove a lot of Hassan's claims, he's crazy, he's coping, whatever. But wild. Then, when Hassan is getting botted, he thinks there's something nefarious going on, and that it's actually probably Asmongold's fault, and that Asmongold is just trying to cope with the fact that his numbers are lower than Hassan, when in reality, he is absolutely destroying Hassan in pretty much every metric imaginable, which really wouldn't be a talking point unless Hassan just would stop bringing it up. He brings it up every 2 seconds, but this whole thing is an absolute joke. kaceytron is grasping at straws. She has nothing to actually bring to the table to dispute any of the quote-unquote extreme takes that Asmongold is making. Instead, she's resorting to guilt by association, call-out lists like this, and she is trying to financially ruin not only Asmongold, but these mythic talent content creators who have absolutely nothing to do with anything. They're just
Which I'm not going to lie, dude. It would take a lot of effort because there's no way you could financially ruin Asmongold.
Content creators doing their own thing and getting help with sponsorships and other opportunities through this agency. And now they're being called basically alt-right extremists by default unless they leave the organization or directly speak out against Asmongold. Totally ridiculous. But anyways, that's going to do for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, I think the moral of the story is kaceytron's insanely cringe and old. Now, I don't want to make fun of her because she's old, because we love hags, chat. We love older women here. Chat, at the end of the day, she's just out here. I don't know. I really don't know what she's doing, bro. Not getting views and not, having a sustainable career, that's for sure. That's what she's mostly doing. Chat, let me know, guys, for commenting, subscribing. I'm going to catch you gamers in the next one. Bye.